Hello everyone, today I'm finally back with another video, and as promised I am posting my favorite waterproof and transfer resistant products. Obviously this is ideal for summer because we fight the humidity, but if you have oily skin, all these products will be great for you all year round. So let's get started with the complexion. I, in the summer, usually wear powder foundation only, just because I feel like liquid and powder together can look a little cakey. So I start with my Dior Snow UV Shield. This is the White Reveal Moisturizing UV Protectant Translucent SPF 50 Sunscreen. And yes, that is a very hefty, long name, but this is my favorite sunscreen. Now, if you want something more affordable, you can try Shiseido's UV, which is in a white bottle. It's the Urban Sunscreen, and it has an SPF of, I think, 30-something. I would recommend that you splurge on the Dior sunscreen just because it does cover well. This one works like a primer as well, so I don't feel like I have to double up on primer, and I feel like it does help my foundation last longer, so I highly recommend this. And usually after that I will top with my Benefit Hello Flawless. This is one of my favorite powder foundations of all time. It's at a really great price point. I wore this since my freshman year of college, which was a long time ago now, but it is a great powder foundation with good coverage. It has medium to full coverage, and I can usually find a color. They expanded their range with the launch of their Hello Oxygen Wow foundation, the liquid one, but now I'm cute as a bunny, honey, and this also has an SPF of 15, which I don't think you can read on the packaging, but it comes with just a standard square, and it also comes with a sponge as well as a brush. I use my own brush. I like to use the Sephora flat top. Here it is. This is the brush. This is actually meant for bronzer, but I use this for powder foundation all over my face. This, unfortunately, is a discontinued bronzer. Now, I think you can get this in some places, so I'm just going to show it to you anyway, but Dior recently repackaged their bronzers into little silver, really reflective compacts, and they also changed the formula. Unfortunately, they made everything a mineral. I don't know if the international Dior counters have seen the new bronzers, so you can just tell me down below in the comments if you have. But the Dior Bronze Matte Sunshine SPF 20, this is a water resistant powder, so if you can find this online somewhere at a reputable retailer, then I highly recommend you try to pick it up, because oh, excuse me, powder dust everywhere. Because this bronzer is truly one of the best, and I love using this as a powder on its own. If I wear liquid foundation, my choice would be the Tinted Dual Ultra 24-hour from Lancome. Anyway, going back to the bronzer, if I choose to wear liquid foundation, I usually top with just bronzer. I don't use my Hello Flawless powder on top. I don't combine all three. It just looks too heavy, and when you get sweaty, I sweat easily, so obviously I don't want, you know, just so much product caked up on my face. That's why I just use, you know, a little bit of liquid foundation with a little bit of this powder bronzer. So I highly recommend this if you can still find it. Now, going back to the Tinted Dual, this one has medium to full coverage. I really love the colors. I have 3 of them just because my color changes a lot, so I like to mix all 3 colors. Usually I am 320 bisque, but I do have the one lighter and the one darker than this, just to make sure that I get the right amount of color on my face. But my other favorite foundation for the summer is YSL's Tint Resist, and Tint Resist is still available at Sephora.com as well as some Sephora stores. Some of them have gotten rid of the displays already, so you just have to check, stop by your local store or call them, see if they have your color in stock. That one is my favorite because it's a sheer to medium liquid foundation, and both of them are very transfer resistant, so I do highly recommend the Lancome and the YSL if you can still find it. Now for the last face product of the day. This is Kat Von D's Tattoo Concealer, and this is supposed to be a waterproof concealer, excuse me. I know that the Amazing Concealer is also really popular, but I just can never find a color match in that particular brand. For some reason, they're either too dark or too light, and I hate buying 2 different concealers because generally I wear a Bobbi Brown, or, you know, I don't really wear a waterproof concealer. But this Tattoo Concealer by Kat Von D is really good. I don't recommend it for the under eye area just because I feel like it gets a little cakey there on dry skin. I recommend it for blemishes actually, just because it is waterproof, and I usually use medium. Now for everyone's favorite question, what are the best waterproof liquid liners or just eyeliners in general? So I'm going to show you liquid pencil as well as gel. Now I'll start with the gel because MAC's Black Trek has quickly become one of my favorite gel liners. Obviously I have lots of liners. adore a liner. But out of the gels, I feel that Black Track does work the best for a black liner. I do have Dip Down, which is also really nice. It dries down darker than it looks, so I really have been loving the MAC fluid lines. And I have tried the Maybelline and the Wet n Wild. They're good, but I just feel that the Black Track, it even lasts through my gym workout, so it doesn't smear or smudge or run. And I don't have particularly oily eyelids, but I do sweat, so obviously when I'm in the gym, I don't want my eyeliner running everywhere. So in case I am wearing eyeliner that day, a lot of times I just wear mascara during the summer. So if I go to the gym right after with, you know, some eyeliner on, I don't panic that I haven't taken all my makeup off. So Black Track is good. As for another cream liner, I actually like the YSL eyeliner Effet Facile, and this is more of a cream liner than a gel liner. And I have this in blue and black. They're a lot more dry. I think these are better for really oily lids just because the formula is a little harder, but I do really like both of these. Between the two, I still prefer the smoothness of the Black Track, but the YSL formula is still really good. Now for liquid liners, I got 3 for you. My first would be the MAC Liquid Lash Liner, and I told you guys this didn't flake, but unfortunately it does flake if you put on too much. So you have to be very careful with how much you use this because you will get flaky, especially when I wear a cat eye. If it's really hot outside and there's a lot of humidity, I do notice the cracking in the liner and it starts to fall apart if my eyes get watery. As you guys know, I wear contacts. My eyes are pretty sensitive, but they're mostly very dry, so I have to use eye drops a lot. And unfortunately, Liquid Lash doesn't do well with eye drops because I see a lot of liner lifting at the corner. I have weepy eyes, so at the corners especially, some days it's really bad. I can't get my eyeliner to stick, and not even the Liquid Lash will remain on the eye for very long with the tearing, so just keep that in mind. But otherwise it is a really good liner. My favorite though is the Waterproof Art Liner by Lancome. It has a very different formula and brush than the original. This one comes with a more traditional felt tip, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But this one comes in gold. It's called Gold Passion from this summer. And unfortunately, I didn't review all of the summer collection for you guys. I know I feel really bad, I'm sorry, but this eyeliner is awesome. And I think you can still find it at Lancome counter, so I highly recommend you guys give this one a try. But before we move on, I did want to mention this one does flake just a little bit at the edges too. It just doesn't flake as much as the Liquid Lash. And last but not least for the liquid liners, this is Stila's Sparkle Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. And for those of you who like color, this is going to be great for you guys. This is in Electric, I believe. The sticker fell off. Electric is my favorite, and I own several of them. So this one is just particularly bright. It's actually really true to the color of the bottle. It's a slightly blue-green, and there's so much sparkle in it. It's really pretty, and I get questions about this a lot. I just feel that when people see this, they see the brightness immediately, and they think, wow, that's such a vibrant color. I have a navy blue and a brighter blue and a turquoise. I feel like those colors aren't as opaque. Electric is super smooth and clean, and with just one shot, just one line, and that's really all you need. You don't need to go back and double up for extra color opacity. So even though it is a sparkly liner, it's still very fun for some. And you can put it on the lower lash line if you just want a little bit of color as an accent and not as the main attraction of your eye look. So I highly recommend these, and these are also pretty affordable too, so definitely check these out. And now for the last eyeliner of the day. This is Giorgio Armani's Smooth Waterproof Silk Eye Pencil in number 2. This is brown. Number 1 is black, otherwise known as the Summer 2012 Aqua Waterproof Pencil. And I adore this formula. This is Armani's most popular pencil, and for some reason they won't make it permanent. Eventually, I hope they will, but for now you can still find it at Nordstrom.com. It's only available in brown at the moment, which is still a really nice brown. It's not as deep or as dark as I would generally like, but it's very natural looking. So it's great for all year round. It's great to put in the waterline without you know, giving too much black or deepness or darkness. So I highly recommend this. This is the only pencil that I can use that really lasts. For some reason, Urban Decay's Zero and Makeup Forever's Aqua Pencil, they don't really work on me, only this one. So this is my baby. This is the one I use all year round. And now for eyeshadows, we'll start with the Armani Ice to Kill since we just went over the Armani pencil. I have tons of these. These are the best creaseless and crease resistant anyway. Some people do find that they see creasing with some of these colors. They are hit or miss. A lot of them look similar, yes, I know. The L'Oreal Infallible colors are really similar, but there's no way you can compare the richness and texture to any other product. This is the most unbelievable eyeshadow formula there is. This is truly my favorite eyeshadow formula. I have a lot of these for a very good reason, and my favorite is 25. I'm actually wearing it today. This is from the summer collection. Or actually, I take that back. It's from the fall collection, and I will be reviewing these next week. So just keep out on the lookout for that. I have another color from the fall collection as well. So those are just really easy to use. I usually apply them with my ring finger. You can use a brush if you want. You can use them wet for a lot more color. Right now you can see it's a light brown olivey shade, but when used wet it turns into a deep dark brown. So that's just something to keep in mind if you want more versatility from your products. Next we have Laura Mercier's Caviar Eye Stick, and I have this in khaki, another neutral. I also have this in brighter colors as well. This stuff is super creamy. You do have to work really fast with this, however, if you want to blend it out. So it works great as an eyeshadow base, or you can use it alone. Last but not least for eyeshadows, I have Makeup Forever Aqua Cream in shade 15. This is the brown. This is the very first aqua cream I ever purchased. It works really well with almost every skin tone, and it complements all eye colors, and it's very easy to spread. This one you don't have to work into the skin nearly as fast as the Caviar stick. I just really think that even though they are both browns, clearly they're different and they look different on the face too. This one has less of a metallic finish. The Makeup Forever Cream in 15, Aqua Cream in 15, has a very strong metallic finish. Now for my two favorite waterproof blushes. First, let's start with the Makeup Forever Aqua Cream in number 5. This has, I actually use this on the lips more often, but if I do feel like using a waterproof or water-resistant blush, this would be one of my go-to choices. It has golden shimmer, even though you can barely see it, and you need very, very little of this product. I'm not exaggerating how little you need. It spreads really well, and you can mix it with a little bit of moisturizer if you want a better spreading product. I just really love how this stuff does not move. And if you don't like shimmer in your product, you don't have to worry about this one migrating because it's really infused into the formula. Once you apply it, it really sticks and adheres to the skin, so you don't get glitter fallout all over your face. Next would be the Makeup Forever High Definition Blush. This would be a great choice if you really dislike shimmer, whether it's not moving at all or not. So if you want just a purely matte, great blush color, I highly recommend the High Definition Blush line because they're pretty easy to apply. You need even less of this than you do of the Aqua Cream, but I do think that with a good brush, I like to use an angled blush brush. Just tap it right along the cheekbones and you have a great blush look for all day. This is the ultimate mascara for my very straight, stubborn lashes. Once I curl with my Shoot Amara lash curler, this one gives me volume, length, and the perfect lash hold. It is difficult to take off, so I usually use Lancome Bifacil or the always ever popular Shoot Amara cleansing oils. Obviously it's a waterproof mascara, it's not going to come off as easily as a normal mascara, so just keep that in mind. Last but not least, for the lips, this L'Oreal lip color, this is the Infallible Rouge. It is a genius product. First of all, I love the color. This is the Beyonce red, and this is one of my favorite reds of all time. It's a very, very deep, bright red. I love that there's depth to it, but it's still really bright. It applies super well with the applicator, believe it or not. You can smooth it out with a lip brush if that's your preference. It stains the lips, but it dries down. You have to wait for the color to dry, and then you put on the hydrating top coat, which is more like a lip balm. And I've turned this product on to so many red lipstick lovers. They cannot live without this after I tell them about this product, because not only is the balm really smooth, it gives you a nice glossy sheen to the lips, and you can reapply this throughout the day. The best part about this is that it does not transfer. After it dries and you put on the lip balm, it really seals in the color and it doesn't move. And that's something that's really hard to find with red lipstick. I hate it when it gets on my teeth, and this is one really great affordable way to avoid that problem. And last but not least, for the YSL Glossy Stain, I am wearing the Guerlain version. This is their new liquid lipstick that's supposed to be long wearing, not feathering. But I still find that the glossy stains are my favorite because, first of all, they have a lot more colors. There's a huge variety, whereas with the Guerlain, you don't get so many. But today I'm going to show you an orange red. This is number 8. And I love the glossy stains because I'm a big gloss person. As much as I love lipstick, I'm always going to wear a gloss just because I feel as though it makes my lips look more plump and it just gives a focal point to my lips. And this particular formula does thicken up, so it turns a little gummy, as some people call it, but I don't mind that at all. You end up with a nice stain, so whatever color you chose for that day, you do see on the lips after the gloss fades. So it's a really nice way to wear lip color that's low maintenance. It's just if you can get over the gummy texture or not. And that is a wrap for all my humidity-proof products. And if you have oily skin, again, I definitely recommend that you give all these products a try because I do use these products not just in the summer, but all year round as well. And I don't even have oily skin. So it's just that I feel that these products last longer on the skin. And I hate products that transfer easily. Granted, I do have a lot of products that do that. It's just, you know, when it comes to foundation, and you know, when you're trying on clothes, you don't want to leave, you know, marks all over the collars, especially if you don't end up buying the clothes. So it's just something to keep in mind. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these products, and I hope the review wasn't too long, but I did want to squish everything into one video so that you guys could get it all at once. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.